Would you like to have one? Are you sure? I know you like to sneak one from time to time, even though you try to keep it a secret from your husband. But let's face it, he does. It's not something you can hide. Not like certain other things.
What do you want?
We'll get to that in a little bit. Right now, let's have a little getting to know you bullshit chit chat. You know, I have been watching you for the last month or so. And let me tell you, it was hard to track you down. Took me almost a year. I had to do a lot of Sherlock Holmes bullshit.
Please, just tell me what you want.
Bitch, I told you, we'll get to that later. This is the part where you shut the fuck up and listen to what I have to say. And when I ask a question, you answer it. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good. So, like I was saying before, I have been watching you for almost a month, trying to see what kind of person you are, what makes you tick. And you know what I found out?
What?
You are fucking boring.
What do you mean?
Was a statement, not a question, you stupid bitch. Remember when I told you to shut the fuck up and speak only when I ask a question? Now that was a fucking question. So fucking answer.
Yes, I remember.
With all that excitement, I kinda lost track of what I was talking about. Oh yeah. I was saying how fucking boring you are. You are a secretary to some accountant. You are home by 5:30 every day, so you can have dinner ready for your husband on table by 6. But once every week, you go for a P.E.T.A. meeting. So I'm guessing you are a vegetarian, right?
Vegan.
Oh, vegan. Well, excuse the shit out of me. How long have you been a vegan?
Since I was 12.
And what made you decide to become a vegan?
I grew up on a farm, cattle and chicken mostly. And one day I walked in on my father as he was slaughtering a cow. It horrified me.
Sounds kinda like that story Clarice tells Hannibal Lecter. You ever see that movie? It's pretty fucking sweet. So, you believe meat is murder?
Yes.
So, murder is wrong?
Killing animals for food, clothes and sport I believe is wrong.
So you think taking a life is wrong?
Of course.
Me, I think that's a crock of shit. It's in our nature to eat meat. Not just us, but all the animals. It's survival of the fittest.
You can survive without eating meat. There are plenty of forms of nutrition available. Vegetables, fruits, pasta, grains. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah, but it's also fucking boring. Meat tastes good, eggplant doesn't.
That's a matter of opinion.
That's instinct. Consuming flesh, that's in all of us. To take life for food, that's the way nature is. That's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, do you tree-hugging pussies go around bitching at lions for eating a gazelle?
That's different.
How the fuck is that different?
They are animals.
So are we?
We can make a choice.
So can the lion. And like the lion, we take life in order to survive. I wouldn't call that murder.
I would. Animals don't force their prey to be tortured in a horrible living conditions for their entire life just to be consumed in a matter of minutes.
I do agree that taking a life is wrong, for the most part. Self-defense and what is that? Yeah, revenge. I would call those the exceptions. But taking a life for food, that's the cycle of life. Now, let's get back to murder. Would you agree that willingly causing the death of an animal or a human being can be considered murder?
Yes, I would.
Excellent. Me too. I think that is one thing you and I totally agree on. Now, let's go back 1 year. April 17th to be exact. Do you remember that day?
I can't remember that far back. I have a hard enough time remembering last week.
That's bullshit, Paige, and you and I know it. There are things you never forget. A wedding day, the day your child was born, or the first time you had sucked the shit. Something significant happened last April 17th. You were coming home late one night. It was around 9. You were driving down this street and you were going a bit too fast. And maybe you were talking over the phone. Or maybe you were applying on fucking makeup. I don't really know. But what I do know is you weren't paying attention. And that's when it happened. You ran over a boy. A 13-year-old boy. My 13-year-old boy. You ran over my boy and took off. You didn't take him to the hospital. You didn't even call 100. You just left him there to die. Alone, scared, and in pain. Had you called an ambulance, had you taken him to the hospital, he could still be alive. But instead, you just let him die, which makes you a murderer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you lie to me, bitch. You see, the cops, they didn't look hard enough. Sure, they went to mechanics around town to see if anyone had their car fixed. But I looked further. In fact, you went 3 counties out. I found the man who fixed a car the day after you killed my son. Same paint and tread marks that was left on my little boy. He wasn't hard enough to pay off. He gave me your name and address for $50.
Please. I'm sorry. I was scared.
Scared? How scared do you think my son was lying there alone and in pain?
If I could go back in time, I would. But I can't.
It's kind of funny how you want to eat a hamburger, but you would let a kid die. Makes you a bit of a hypocrite, don't it?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I ain't gonna cut it, bitch. You need to be punished. And I have just the right kind of punishment for you.
What is it? I don't get it.
If you want to live through this, you are going to have to kill this little kitty and eat it.
I will do no such thing.
Yes, you will. If you don't, I'll drag your husband and slit his throat right in front of you before I bash your fucking brains in.
But why would you want me to do such thing with an innocent animal?
Because it is something you will never forget.
Ow! Ow!
Snap its neck. That would be the quick and humane thing to do. Do it. Now, eat it. Fur and all. Tastes like chicken, don't it? And make sure you get the guts that are spilling out. We don't want to waste anything here. Very good. To be honest, I didn't really think you would do it. In fact, all my threats were bogus. My only intention was to make you aware of the hypocrisy that lies beneath this hollow surface of humanity, or what you call vegan.